Hey friends, welcome back to Behind the Mic as we continue walking through the most important week in history. We call it Passion Week. Today's Thursday, the day of the Last Supper and Jesus' final teachings, his betrayal and agonizing prayer in Gethsemane. It's a day that shows us the depth of Jesus' love, the pain of betrayal, and what surrender to God really looks like. If you've ever wrestled with God's plan or felt betrayed, today's episode is for you. Thursday begins with Jesus gathering his disciples in an upper room for the Passover meal. But this isn't a typical celebration. During the meal, Jesus does something shocking. He washes the disciples' feet, the job of a lowly servant, showing them what real love and humility looks like. You'll find that in John 13, 3-5. He also predicts his betrayal, and Judas leaves to set in motion that betrayal. Find that in John 13, 21-30. He gives new meaning to the bread and wine. He says, "This is my body broken for you. This is my blood of the covenant poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." You'll find that in Matthew 26, 26-28. This is where we get communion, a lasting reminder of his sacrifice. After the meal, Jesus leads them to the Garden of Gethsemane, where he goes to pray. It's here that Jesus faces the weight of what's coming, the cross, and bearing the sin of the world. Matthew 26, 38-39 says, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. My Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." 3 times he prays, wrestling with the agony of what he's about to endure, and ultimately he surrenders to God's will. Then under the cover of darkness, Judas arrives with soldiers and Jesus is arrested. He's betrayed with a kiss. Think about the layers of meaning in this day. First, the Last Supper. Jesus isn't sharing a meal. He's offering himself as the ultimate Passover lamb. Second, washing the feet. King of the universe kneels to serve, a picture of what real leadership and love look like. Then there's Gethsemane, the garden where you see Jesus' humanity on full display, deeply sorrowful, yet fully obedient. The betrayal. Jesus chose love, knowing Judas would betray him, showing grace even to his enemy. This day shows us what it means to love sacrificially and surrender completely, even when it's painful. So let me ask you, have you ever faced something so hard you wanted to say, "God, take this away from me," but knew you had to walk through it? Well, Jesus gets that. In Gethsemane, he shows us that real surrender is costly, but it's worth it. Sometimes we want God's plan without the pain, but Jesus shows us that in trusting God, it means that we have to surrender even when we don't understand. And what about love? Are we loving like Jesus, willing to serve even when it's uncomfortable? Are we remembering his sacrifice every time we take communion? Not as a ritual, but as a personal reminder of his love for us. Maybe the hardest of all, forgiving betrayal. Jesus loved Judas, even though he knew Judas would betray him. Man, can we love like that? So today, here are 2 questions I want to leave you with. What part of your life is God asking you to surrender? To say, "Not my will, but yours be done, Lord." And 2, who is God asking you to love and serve, even if they've hurt you? Jesus gave everything for us. The call is clear. Follow him, love him, and surrender like him. Thank you for walking through this powerful day of Passion Week with me. Tomorrow, Friday, We face the darkest day in history, the crucifixion of Jesus, but don't miss it, because even in that darkness, there's hope. Until then, lean into his love and surrender. He's worth it. If this speaks to your heart, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you're realizing you've never surrendered fully to Jesus, reach out. I'd love to help you take that step. Take care and God bless.